Jaeger, congrats on the leadership group position. How's it feel to get that recognition from your teammates?
Yeah, thank you. It's a great honour. I haven't been at the club for that long, so wasn't really expecting it. But yeah, it's a nice little honour.
Yeah, you mentioned that you arrived 5 months ago. Most of that time, well, a lot of that time's been on leave as well. So how do you build those connections so quickly?
I guess trying to spend as much time as possible with the guys away from the footy club. Been playing a little bit of golf with some of the guys, and just trying to make the most of any opportunity that comes my way in terms of connecting with the guys and having a meal or that kind of thing. I love the ocean, so getting down the beach when we can. But I guess time spent is the biggest thing. That was one thing that I learned from obviously my trade from the Gold Coast to Hawthorn, was the quicker that you get to know your teammates, the better you play with each other on the field. So just trying to make those relationships as quickly as possible.
Seems like the group's split between golfers and surfers, so you're going to get out there surfing as well then?
Yeah, I do enjoy surf. There hasn't been too much swell around Perth over the summer, but hopefully during the winter there'll be a little bit more and can go for a little paddle. But I'm not a big fan of the crowd, so I might have to find a couple of little secret spots.
I'm sure Fifey knows where they are. And what's been your impressions of the group?
I've been really impressed. The guys are super hardworking. You can sense the hunger in the group. Obviously haven't won a cup yet at this footy club, so I can sense a real hunger to try and bring that to the Freo faithful. And the guys are working extremely hard on their game. They had a good year last year, and I think there's a real sense of hunger again to go better again this year. So I couldn't speak highly enough of the level of effort and the work ethic of the group.
Your leadership group at the Hawks, you did some stand-in captaincy duties similar to Alex last year. What can you take from that experience into Freo's leadership group?
Yeah, I shared that with James Sicily, with Ben McAvoy going down at the start of the season. I learned a lot. Similar to Alex, I think one thing I did learn is that you don't have to do everything on your own. You've got people around you that can support you, and you can delegate and do things. Lean on people that do things maybe a little bit better than what you do. So don't necessarily have to change too much. There's a little bit of added pressure on you, but I think the one thing is making sure that you get your preparation right for game day so you can still perform. I think that's the biggest part of leadership, is making sure that you're consistent with your form. So that's probably one or two things that I learned.
You're the most experienced of the leadership group. It highlights, I guess, what you can bring into that group, but also how young a lot of our leaders are.
Yeah, it's a diverse group. We've got a number of different guys in there from all ages, experience in the game, games played. We've got mids, forwards and backs in there, so it's a good representation of the group. Guys that are closer with the younger players, guys that are closer with the older players, and I think it's great that we've got that diversity. Being the oldest player, I guess I bring a little bit of experience in a leadership capacity, so I'll try and help the guys out as much as I can and support particularly Alex. I know it's a tough gig to be a captain of an AFL footy club, so he's going to need to lean on us for some support, and I'll be there to help him as much as possible.
To footy, you're in the midfield with obviously Andy, Caleb, Will and co. The talk is you're like that big body. Is that how you see your role being, like to kind of not like protect Andy and Caleb and let them do their thing?
Yeah, I've been a little bit embarrassed with the David Mundy talk and me coming in and filling his role, because I've watched on and watched David's career, and he's been an unbelievable player at the Freo Footy Club and will go down as one of the best to play for the club. So I've been a little bit embarrassed with that chat, but I do see my role as helping those guys out. They've developed extremely quickly. They're already two really good players in the AFL system, along with Will Brodie and some other guys that will come through the midfield. So I'm there to support them, but I also realise that I need to perform at the best I can. So supporting them, trying to do as best as I can. And at the end of the day, we all just want to win. So whatever that takes for the team to be able to do that, we'll be trying to do that.
Your role changed a bit last year at the Hawks. Do you think it'll be more similar to your 2018 to 2021 seasons?
Yeah, played a fair bit of forward at Hawthorn last year, which was a great experience for me. I learnt a lot. I haven't played a lot of forward in AFL footy before. So that was a great learning experience, and I really enjoyed that. But I guess getting back to what I do best, and that's inside the contest and working outside of that. So the majority of my time here in the preseason I've played as an inside mid, a little bit of forward, a little bit of wing, but I see most of my game time will be as an inside mid.
We're at Optus Stadium last year against Freo. You really showed that you kind of love playing at this ground.
Yeah, I do love Optus. I haven't played too many games here, but I've always enjoyed coming back and playing in front of my family and friends. So I'll be doing that a bit more this year and for years to come. So hopefully a few more wins here. I haven't had too many wins against Freo or West Coast over here, but I'm looking forward to pulling on the purple and getting a lot of wins in front of our home fans.
And finally, how are you feeling with your prep heading into round 1 against the Saints?
Yeah, really good. It's been a really solid pre-season. It's been hot, which I haven't been used to since living on the Gold Coast. Melbourne was up and down weather, obviously, so you'd have a 40-degree day one day and then 14 degrees the next. So that's been a good challenge, but I'm in a really good spot with my body. I've been able to do the majority of the sessions over the whole pre-season. I've worked really hard and I've put myself in a reasonably good position to have a good year. So nothing's given. A lot of hard work to still come, but looking forward to the season.